Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 3 of House of the Dragon. I'm pretty interested to see where this story goes, considering the last episode it was it was hefty. You know, most of it seemed to be about Rhaenyra and her relationship with Viserys and how to accept that, he has to take on a new wife and a possible, new heir will be born. And she knows that that's his duty. That doesn't mean she's not going to struggle with it. But ultimately, the choice that he made, I think, is probably the only choice she really would have struggled with. And that's picking Alicent as his bride. Just pulling her aside and just being like, look, she's the most like your mother. Like she is. She's a warm, caring, compassionate, young woman. Let's stress the word young. It's a little uncomfortable. I get that in certain universes that, age is but a human construct, and I have to let go of my discomfort with that. Now, granted, the visual difference between Lena and Alicent is pretty extreme. It was a child and a young woman, I think. That's the only way I'm finding comfort in it, but also that like she's been a good friend to the king. So I feel like even if it wasn't an intimate relationship, at least it's a bond and it's a good friendship because he seemed to be leaning on her like, how do I talk to my daughter? And she, like Rhaenyra, was leaning on Alicent like, I don't know how to talk to my dad. And the fact that Alicent has lost her mother and she is not only friends with Rhaenyra and knows Rhaenyra, but like she's now learning more about Viserys and she's able to kind of give them a little bit of counsel to bring them together and ultimately could be the thing that kind of tears them apart. Now, again, had he pulled Rhaenyra aside and said, hey, I got to marry someone, I'd rather it be Alicent than Lena because Lena is like, it was weird to even the conversation because even Lena knew her duty, what it would have to be if she were to marry the king and become queen. And it's breathtaking because even Rhaenys is just like, of course I don't like it, but I understand why it needs to be done. Like, no, I don't think anybody was really comfortable with that except for Corlys. And I like Corlys. I like Corlys a lot. My only problem with Corlys is that like he went behind the king's back to get the king's brother to have a show of strength in Westeros that had nothing to really do with the king. Unless he gives him credit for it, I don't really think that's going to go over well with Viserys. And Rhaenyra is kind of showing her strength also in the way that she handles a lot of stuff. Like when she brings up like taking the dragon riders to the stepstones to like get the crab feeder and to like have a show of strength, her father pretty much like shuts her down. Is like, go pick a guy for the King's Guard. But even when she's picking the guy for the King's Guard, she pretty much is asking like, oh, you guys only have like tournament experience, like you don't have any battle experience, except Kristen Cole, not Crispin, Kristen, who I personally think is adorable. I get that he has no nobility, so obviously like he's not the marrying type for her, but I thought maybe for Alicent it would be nice, but whatever, he's part of the King's Guard now. And he did actually beat Daemon in the tournament. Now, I mean, I think, did he go about it in the most honorable way? No, but, he won. And then she also goes to Dragonstone when Daemon has stolen Balon's egg and has taken it to Dragonstone for his second wife and their baby, whom he has not married and has not made her pregnant. I don't think he can get someone pregnant. He seems to have plumbing issues. And she can't get pregnant anyways. So like there wasn't going to be a baby born. And I don't know if he already knew this information. And I feel like it was just to rile up the king to like get some sort of response. And like, that's when I started kind of feeling a little sorry for Daemon because I felt like he was kind of being a child and he was acting out a little bit and he just wants his brother's attention, right? Like he wanted to be the hand, but Otto wasn't going to let that happen. And he even says like I would be the person that would save you from, the worst thing, which would be yourself. Now, of course, you know, Otto doesn't want the king to go to Dragonstone. The king was ready to go and was talked out of it by Otto. What do you know? And then Otto shows up and they kind of have this contentious moment on the bridge. And then Rhaenyra shows up like a boss. Like Syrax is like so cool. I mean, Syraxis is my boy. Like if I were a female dragon, I would be like, that one, please. He's hot for a dragon. I'm so sorry, Drogon. Drogon will always be in my heart. But like, Syraxis is, it's weird to say that he's a sexy dragon, but he's a sexy dragon. I don't know. They're make believe. Leave me alone. But when she shows up, like, boy, is that like an amazing moment. And Otto kind of is like, what are you doing? And she's just like, Daemon's not going to hurt me. And he doesn't. Like, I don't think he had any intention of hurting anybody. I mean, if he got the chance to stab Otto, I think he probably would take it. Those two don't seem to like each other very much at all. I don't know if I would mind it either. Otto seems meddlesome. And as much as I like him as a character because he seems like he is a good-hearted man and wants what's best for the king, I also know that there's another agenda, especially pushing his daughter towards the king. But when Rhaenyra shows up, she shows that she understands the situation. She understands that Daemon's not going to hurt her. But she also just showed everybody that she's kind of fierce and she is a power that will be reckoned with, I'm sure, in the future. Please don't let anything happen to her. Oh my God. I never know if someone's going to die. Like I I assume that everyone's fair game. The king's bleeding from a hole in his back. He might lose his finger. Like he's got like wounds that aren't healing. I assume he's a goner. I don't know. I feel like the throne was poisoned. If it's not, then he's just a clumsy fool and he doesn't deserve to be sitting in it anyway. Now, I do think that Daemon having his gold cloaks with him and that he has a sense of loyalty with those people, like he's kind of got his own like little mini army. So when Corlys kind of comes knocking and is like, hey, I need you to help me with the crab feeder guy, with the I don't even, is he a pirate? Is he just a pirate? Like he's like a crustacean killing machine. I don't want to eat any of those crabs, and I love crab, and I want not one morsel from those crabs. Corlys really needs some help clearing his shipping lanes to like make sure that like this problem is being dealt with, because the king seems to be very absent about it. He says that he's done some things to help with it, but I don't really think that that's true, obviously, because the Triarchy is kind of gaining power and strength, and that's not good. And Corlys tells Daemon, like, this is a way for us to prove that, you know, we have strength in Westeros and like there's something to be feared. I think Daemon's the right guy for it. Like we saw him kind of clear murderers and rapists. Hopefully he got all that right. It seemed random. That was upsetting. But I do like that if he were to be somebody in battle, he might not hesitate to do what needs to be done. And especially in this universe, like it's very much one of those things that it's just like get or be gotten. And I think he's going to get. It's just, it seems like his way. Now, with the other thing is with the king's engagement to Alicent, I don't know what that's going to mean for his relationship with Rhaenyra. I feel like the only person that really benefits out of that whole thing is Otto. It's just that he might be safer being the father of the queen, or the future heir to the throne, depending on what happens with Rhaenyra. And then if Alicent and Viserys have a son, I'm sure that just that just makes everything so much easier, doesn't it? I don't think Corlys and Rhaenys are going to be very happy about the engagement themselves. I really think that even though it's creepy and it's weird, Laena was really the best choice to be the future queen. Not only would it have given Viserys some time to be married but not have to do anything, he might have died actually before she actually was able to give him an heir. But it would have been best overall, except for the relationship with his daughter, even though she even says, like, he didn't name me heir because he wants me to be his heir. He did it to spurn Daemon. So, like, I don't know if she would actually be upset about that title being taken away from her or not, but, like, she was starting to, like, kind of speak like a queen, especially when she was talking to Rhaenys. I actually really loved that moment between those two. It was like two kind of formidable women, like, kind of having a slight pissing match, but also, telling the truth to each other and kind of showing like, no, I know what's up. And I loved that moment. So I'm really expecting, I would really like to get more Daemon. Daemon on Syraxis would be fantastic. I want more of that dragon. But like I would like to see what the outcome is of him and Corlys, and if anything happens, because obviously the crab feeders in that whole story, I don't think that they're just bad people. I think that there's something else going on. There has to be. Because like no one's just evil unless you're Joffrey. Ugh. That's why incest like that it doesn't work. The brains don't function the same. Anyway. I don't know what made me just think of that, but like I am again very worried about young brides, incest, murder, um horrible births going wrong, dragons dying. Like there's all sorts of things that could happen on this show that would probably break my heart or cause me some sort of grief or pain, or get a reaction out of me, which is why you're all here. But definitely those are the top ones. Hopefully we don't see those. If a dragon dies, oh my god, I think I would lose it. We better not lose Syraxis. We better not lose that baby. Okay, guys. Let's get into it. If a dragon dies, I riot. God, I love this music so much. Try to see if I can see anything change from the last opening. I highly doubt it. I do notice that this one moves like at an incredible rate of speed. The other one like kind of took some time for like the city to like grow in front of you, and then the fact that it's just blood. I don't know why when that title pops up, I get cold chills. So, a horse dragon with a whale fin? That might be triarchy, right?
The sea snake will have your foxy fucking head! No, 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 please!
Is it gonna kill him? Oh, no. Just make it worse. That's all.
Fuck you, Prince Drahar.
Prince Drahar.
No! No!
Ugh. Look at that baby! I'm with that guy. Oh, look at how beautiful he is. Syraxis is just... Your prince is probably gonna kill you. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, face him, Drahar.
And then feed you to your own crabs! Where are you?
Oh, you chicken. Granted, I wouldn't go out there either. Ooh, good boy. It's so hard for me to see what's going on. Oh, no! Oh, God. Am I saying Syraxis and it's Caraxis? It's Syrax and Caraxis. Don't come after me, please. I'll learn it, I promise, I promise.
And you have my nose, don't you?
2 years old and already our boy has a kingly presence.
Wait, what? Wait, if we jump forward 2 years already?
It is Aegon's second name day. His infancy is behind him.
Aegon.
Under the dragon's eye.
Again.
Perhaps the princess might like to hear something else?
She would not. Play it again.
Okay. She's pregnant again?
You may go, Samuel. You are to stay by order of the princess.
The Queen commands you to leave the Godswood at once.
Princess.
Well, I guess the queen trumps the princess. Yikes.
Is it the king's command?
Yes, but
Then at once, your grace.
it needn't be.
Oh. Yeah. I knew that was going to happen.
The whole of our family off to celebration and adventure in the King's Wood.
Thrilled.
And you have duties.
As I am ceaselessly reminded.
I'm sorry?
As I am ceaselessly reminded.
You would need to be reminded if you ever attended to them.
I mean, she's kind of acting like a brat, but I also think it's kind of called for. What a mess he made marrying Alicent. Oh my gosh.
Hail, hail, Edward the Conqueror Babe, second of his name. Here's to his grace on his second name day.
Second of his name. I think that's the name of the episode too. So are we seeing the beginning of Aegon? Like the Aegon Targaryen? Is that oh my gosh, it just occurred to me who that was. Oh boy.
I wouldn't know. I've not spoken to Daemon in years.
Since you supplanted him as heir.
Daemon made his choices, Lady Kira. The princess was more suited to the role.
Thank you, Alicent.
And how have you served the rum of late, Lady Red Wine? By eating cake?
Oh. I love Rhaenyra. I love her so much. Oh, she's just got a spice to her.
Lord Jason Lannister.
Lannister,
Gather
yeah.
that from all the lions.
I don't have a dragon pit, of course, but I do have the means and resources to build one.
Why would you need a dragon pit?
For his wife.
I'd do anything for my queen.
Yeah.
Or lady wife.
What you
Thank you
think?
for the wine.
Gotta go. He's kind of smooth. He's gonna build you a dragon pit. Come on.
You're of age, Rhaenyra. Jason Lannister's an excellent match.
He's arrogant and self-serious.
Well, I thought you might have that in common.
Oh. Ouch. Sick burn, Dad.
But you've refused me at every turn.
That is because I do not wish to get married.
Even I do not exist above tradition and duty, Rhaenyra.
Excuse me, Your Grace.
Yeah, take it somewhere else, like maybe? Not a good look. What you gonna go do, girl? Kristen?
Princess, wait!
See, I thought maybe they were gonna be a thing. Are they a thing?
Was I named heir to the Iron Throne, so that I might only further raise the standing of a Lord of Castle Rock?
You want me to kill him?
How lucky you are to have a say in your own life.
Many in the realm would gladly trade positions with you, Princess.
Yep.
Only because none of them has ever held my position.
Grass is always greener. Are they besties or more? God, I hear dogs. I think Ramsay. Ugh.
How far?
The droppings were found half a league to the east.
Still fresh.
Jesus. I always worry about a king on the hunt. Ever since Robert Baratheon, I worry.
I would be honored to take the Princess Rhaenyra to wife, Your Grace.
Yeah. Ugh.
What I offer you, the crown and your daughter, is strength.
Again, good pairing.
If someone offered you more dragons, would you not take them?
Do you have dragons to offer?
Fair point.
And feel herself well compensated for her loss in station.
What loss of
Boston
station?
Station?
If you were to name young Aegon heir, Your Grace.
And when would I be doing that?
I had assumed... many of us had assumed.
Many of us, you say? Have your bannermen questioned my choice of heir?
Oh.
Your Grace, I
I did
only...
not decide to name Rhaenyra my heir on a whim. All the lords of the kingdom would do well to remember that.
Thanks, Dad.
Your Grace.
Oof.
Wine.
Oh, are you okay, buddy? I don't think you should be drinking.
It won't be long now till the White Hart is cornered. Your prize is within reach.
And he is blitzed. He shouldn't go on a hunt.
You're not only Rhaenyra's father, you're the king. She'll do as you command.
It is not my wish to command her, Otto. I want her to be happy.
Probably should have taken her best friend away then.
Who do you have in mind?
Prince Aegon.
The baby? Oh, come on now.
I came here to hunt. Not to be suffocated by all this fucking politicking.
Yeah, Otto, get fucked. He was eating oatmeal with his hand. And Otto thinks that, like, they should get married. Or betrothed. Beyond fucked up. Oh my god. I thought he was gonna suggest Daemon, which actually isn't a bad choice, but... Yo, V, you might want to slow down.
The girl is a heedless contrarian. If I instead forbade her to wed a Lannister, she would have run off with Lord Jason out of spite. A truly great Targaryen king I am. Powerless over mine own daughter of 7 and 10.
King Jaehaerys ruled over half a century of peace while his children drove him to the edge of madness. His daughters in particular. It is tradition, Your Grace.
Yeah, we do that to our dads, don't we?
Do you wish to hear my opinion on the matter?
Sure.
Should I guess? Sir Harwin Breakbones, the strongest knight in the 7 kingdoms, is the best match for Rhaenyra.
You flatter me, Your Grace, but no.
Aww.
It would seem to me the best match for Rhaenyra is the son of the Sea Snake, Sir Laenor.
Oh.
The breach between your houses has not narrowed since I last spoke of it. It would do much to assuage Lord Corlys of any slights, real or imagined.
Yes, it's a very good idea.
We must pray, of course, that Laenor survives the fighting in the Stepstones.
Ah. An out. Somebody call him an Uber horse to take him home. Goodness.
Do you think the realm will ever accept me as their queen?
I have no choice but to, Princess.
That is not a yes. Please watch behind you. Is it the White Hart? Jason Lannister? Fucking boars. Oh my god. I'm telling you, a boar took out Robert Baratheon. It could easily have taken her out. Ugh. She's got some pent-up rage. Oh boy.
My obsession killed Rhaenyra's mother.
Viserys.
I thought Rhaenyra was the way out of my abyss of grief and regret. That naming her heir would begin to set things right.
Oh, it did.
I never imagined I would remarry. That I would have a son.
You gotta sober up quick, buddy. Well, Well, they do seem like a good couple. Sounds weird, but they do. I knew she'd make a good wife. Aw. This isn't a hunt.
Your Grace. For the kill.
Look, I'm not much of a person that like loves hunting for sport, but this makes me very uncomfortable. How is there any honor in this?
Right here, Your Grace.
At least they didn't have to torture it. Good grief. They're applauding that. Whoever captured it. There he is. Yeah, no. What a difference of two scenes. Her just rolling up with like blood in her hair, the boar dragging behind her. It's fantastic. It's future queen right there. I love that for her. I love that for her a lot.
The ladies Lannister and Redwine were quite taken with him.
As they should be. He's the future of the realm. Aegon, like his namesake, was born to rule the Seven Kingdoms. If Viserys were to name him heir, the realm would fate him for it. He's the firstborn son of the king. To deny that he is heir to the throne is to assail the laws of gods and men.
Ugh.
You must guide Viserys towards reason. He'll never find it on his own.
God, Odo is just a manipulator. Can't believe I like that guy.
How are you feeling, husband?
The gods have punished me for my indulgences.
At least the wine was good.
It was a lot, though. Yeah.
I do believe that Rhaenyra will marry your grace. But she must believe it is her choice to do so.
Absolutely.
Lord Corlys and Prince Daemon are losing their war.
Badly, by all accounts.
This is a plea for aid.
Give them aid.
Then why not send it?
Yeah.
Because it is a war started by two malcontents, unhappy with decisions I made. If I now provide Daemon and Corlys succor, what will that say of their king?
Perhaps that he is a good man who loves his brother.
Yeah.
Well, if you truly believe that, my dear, then you possess a generous spirit.
What do you believe, Viserys?
That I am forever doomed to anger one person in the pleasing of another.
He's not wrong.
Is it better for the realm if the crab feeder thrives or is vanquished?
Vanquished. Very black and white right there. I like her.
I'm sending word to Daemon. Aid is sailing to the Stepstones.
Did he make call for help?
He would sooner die. Do you not think my decision correct?
It is no consequence to what I think, as I'm often reminded.
That's not what he asked.
Why must every effort on your behalf be resisted, as if to the death?
Because you mean to replace me with Alicent Hightower's son, the boy you always wanted.
Ouch.
You have him in hand now. You might as well peddle me for what you can. A mountain stronghold or a fleet of ships. The lords of the realm gather like vultures to a carcass, hoping to feast on my bones.
I myself was promised to your mother when I was
10 and 7 years of age. The Vale had an army to rival the North. I've heard that story since I've had ears to.
I loved her. She made a man of me. I wish to see you contented, happy even.
You think a man will do it?
A family.
I had a family.
What would you have me do?
If it was for advantage, you would have wed Lena Velaryon.
That is a valid point.
That is true enough.
Mm-hmm.
As to your match, make it yourself. Search him out. Find one that pleases you, as I did.
Oh.
But I swear to you now, on your mother's memory, you will not be supplanted.
It's like the closest to an I love you he could probably give.
The crab feeder and his men have no reason to leave those caves.
We must give them one. An offering of flesh to bait the crab.
Who?
Dragon returning!
Not a dragon. Right?
Prince Daemon, I bring word from His Grace Viserys Targaryen, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms and Protector of the Realm.
Really, Daemon? God, he's throws temper tantrums. Love of God. He's gonna surrender? He would rather surrender than take aid from his brother? Yeah, do you trust it? I don't know if we trust it or not.
Look.
What's the point of this, Daemon? I mean, he would survive fire, right? They wouldn't. Okay. I did not expect this at all. I thought for sure a dragon would swoop in. I mean, I expected that he wasn't being honorable, but that's kind of his way. Okay. This Daemon instead of Tourney Daemon. I like this one. I mean, is Daemon gonna like single-handedly end the war by himself? They've been fighting for 3 years and now he's gonna kill all these people? Nope. Oh, God. He made it pretty far without getting hit. Please tell me Caraxus is gonna fly in. Yeah, looking up to the sky. Jesus. Yes, okay. The only person that would survive that would be Daemon. Wait. Oh, I thought it was just gonna be Caraxus, but it's like all the Dragon Riders? A Dragon Rider? I don't know. Okay, so there is more than one dragon. I was so confused. It didn't look like Caraxus. I don't know who this is. Is that the nephew? Whoa. Okay, Daemon, I see you. That's some king shit right there. Wow. Okay, wow, a lot happened in that episode. I thought maybe we would kind of go back and forth between like Daemon and Viserys and Rhaenyra, like back and forth, but really just having it like kind of cut, not really in half, but like two thirds and a third. I'm glad that we got Daemon at least because it's starting out with them starting the war at the Stepstones and then jumping ahead. And I don't know if that was just not the beginning of the Stepstones, if that was just part of that night at the Stepstones, if it had already been going on for the 2 years prior, the 3 years prior. I think it's a 3 year jump. 3 year jump, the prince is 2 years old. Aegon is 2 years old. Is that Aegon? Like Aegon? There's so many, okay, there's too many people that are named after other people whose names sound similar to other people, and then this person and that person and the other person, that I was like, oh, another Aegon. Wait, that one? Like, I'm, it doesn't take much to like have Viserys and then whatever. There's so many people that have names that are intersecting that sound the same that I was like, it slow on the uptake for sure, but I don't know. Is that the Aegon? The Aegon? You know what I mean? So again, I can just only stress enough how much I love Rhaenyra, like just her spirit, who she is, I mean, she's kind of a brat, but like even like her strength, like just being able to kind of stand up to her father. Like when she says something under her breath and he's like, "What'd you say?" And she just like repeats it, like she's not afraid to just say the thing. But then also kind of confronting him and just being like you're going to replace me. Like you've got your boy, you know. Jason Lannister damn near confirmed it that like, I'm just kind of like this extra thing that's out there that people just want to pick at. The vultures circling the dead body. The light was really close to my face. But I love that in the end, Viserys is very much, wanting her to just choose her husband. For love, I don't know if that's what he meant by it necessarily, but that maybe she would pick somebody that she would eventually grow to love. Definitely she knows that Jason Lannister is not her flavor. I personally was just like, yeah, great. Sounds good. And I really think that, her and Laenor Valerian, is that his name? Valerion? Something like that. Corlys's son. I think actually he was the one that was riding the dragon during the battle that was yelling Dracarys. And I mean, he seems like a fierce warrior, which is something that she'd be drawn to. She seems to like Sir Criston. I don't know if in that way they do kind of just seem like besties, but definitely like she doesn't want a soft man, but I don't think she necessarily wants a pompous, arrogant one either. I don't think her father would be considered soft, and maybe she would want somebody that's more like her father that, has the capabilities of being loving, but also is, kind of good in battle like her uncle. Maybe a good mix of those two is what Laenor is. I hope. But like, there seems to be different prospects. Definitely the one that was mentioned. Like, I can't ever remember his name. I'm gonna end up getting a spoiler if I look that up. When it's mentioned to Viserys about that marriage, it sounds way better than 2-year-old Aegon being betrothed to his sister. Like, I know that, like, I know it's not unheard of. Brothers marrying sisters, cousins marrying cousins. But if we could avoid it, that'd be great. Like maybe like slight relations rather than like close relations. Like a half brother, that's how you get a Joffrey. That's how you get a Joffrey. No good. I don't like it. But definitely, she needs to get married. Unfortunately, like that's part of her duty. But I think, her having someone who's actually in her corner. And, she mentions like her father didn't even marry out of duty, that, he married Alicent because he liked Alicent. If he wanted duty, he would have married Laena. I don't want her to like marry because she feels like she has to, like to strengthen those houses. So like her and, House Targaryen and House Valerian or whatever. God, there's so many ins and isses and but like it would strengthen the house, but I would hope that she wouldn't do it just because of that, that like maybe she would have a kinship with the person that she's marrying, which it seems like she has that with Kristen. Just pointing it out. And I'm kind of glad that her father also admitted out loud that, he only like really had doubts for a second about naming her the heir, that it was just to kind of make sure that Daemon wasn't the heir to the throne. And like he truly believes that like, she would probably make a great queen. Now, I don't know if everybody else is going to think that. I think her riding up covered in blood after killing a boar, like you saw some of the men kind of go like, you know. So I think that like she's proving that she's not the typical queen. I have pretty dresses and I look really nice. Like she's not afraid to get dirty and she like, loves riding her dragon. Like there's so many things about her that is so much more admirable than just I don't want to shit on Alicent, but Alicent like the perfect type of girl to be a queen. Now, I really, I liked, I'll have to tell you, like in 3 episodes, the progression that I've had of liking Otto, kind of not liking Otto, and now I really don't like Otto. He does things just to kind of strengthen his own position. It's not about the love that he has for Alicent and the future that he wants for her. It's all about how he can just kind of keep his station. That's how I take it, at least. The grandfather of the king, the grandfather of the future king, the possible future king, and then oh god, just the suggestion that brothers and sisters get married is just creepy. I had a weird vibe about Daemon and Rhaenyra, and now I'm kind of like, oh yeah, no, you know what? I'd rather take that pairing over over her and Aegon. Huh. So weird. But again, like I have to like just sit there and say that like how much I like Alicent because she is a good wife to Viserys and she gives him good advice and while like she obviously has lost her friendship with Rhaenyra and that will never be the same, I definitely think that like even her like giving the advice to have Viserys send aid to Daemon in the Stepstones, would you rather be the person who lets the stepstones, rise? Would you rather the triarchy be victorious or House Targaryen? And like when you kind of put it in black and white terms, it's like, oh yeah, well yeah, I definitely need to send aid. Now Daemon's response to that is pretty insane. Not only beating up the member of, I don't know if it's the Kingsguard necessarily, but the messenger from House Targaryen. But the fact that they then do what they did without aid, it's almost like he so much hates the fact that his brother would send him help that he'd rather almost sacrifice his own life or, do something incredibly reckless. That seems to be what fuels Daemon a little bit, is to like kind of be rebellious, which, Viserys even says to Rhaenyra, like you're so much like your uncle. Like, why do you vex me? Right. So it's kind of like she's rebellious in that way too. And I think that again, Alicent saying like, maybe if you just let her choose, that would be the only way that she will marry. And, kind of like giving her an option to at least have her own choice. That way it's not rebelling of like, I'm never going to get married. Like she knows her duty, but like, she's not going to rebel because you've said, this is who you're betrothed to. This is who you're going to marry. Definitely she she would go the way of Daemon, which is to, burn down cities or towns or slaughter things. I don't know that. She seems like she's a good egg, but we've seen these Targaryens turn. So as nice and as good as some of them are, there's always a chance that someone goes a little, cuckoo and causes bad things to happen. So far, I adore her. That could change. Now, Daemon is another person that I have kind of had a little bit of a come to Jesus moment where I accept him for who he is, right? He is a kind of loose cannon, off the cusp, kind of free thinking man that just He's going to do things his way. And which was always the problem of possibly having him as the hand, is that he was going to do things his own way, right? So having him the leader of the Gold Cloaks, he did things his own way. So that's just kind of what we see repeatedly about Daemon, him attacking the Stepstones because he's going to have his own way. I think that there's like a lot of actions that he does that are very king worthy, and then there's some that it is just like bratty brother, or like, that rebellious streak in him. But then there's those moments where, like, he gets the prince and drags him out, and he's covered head to toe in blood, and guess what? He got the job done. I don't like his tactics. I don't like the way he goes about doing things, but I can't argue that he gets the job done in the most uncomfortable way possible. Like him surrendering. Like, I know that the rules of engagement are something that us people here have come up with. And, if you surrender, you can't go back on that. Or if you wave the white flag and you say peace, don't attack. Because like the rules of engagement are like, no, we don't do that. We don't do that in war. We could. I mean, we very much could, but we always take the high road. But I like the tactic only because it worked. But again, I don't know what these people, what the triarchy, what their main objective was and why they're doing what they're doing, because they all seem like, well, the prince himself seemed like something bad happened to him. I don't know what the helmet thing is or what the covering is and like what's going on with his skin. Like, I don't know what that means, and I don't know how he got that way. And I don't know what his motivation is to attack the Stepstones other than to make Westeros look weak. And that might be like the first place on the map in order to attack. So like, what was the point of that? And who are these people? And like no one is just inherently bad for the sake of being bad. So like, why? And I'm sure if I learn the motivations, I will think differently about them, because that's me and that's how I work. That's how my heart and my brain go together. I'm always willing to see the good in somebody before I just accept them as bad. That's just who I am. I think people are inherently good before they become bad. Most people that turn that way are made that way. They're not born that way. Okay, guys, if you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon, as well as other full-length episodes to other reactions that I am currently doing, like The Expanse. I have also started watching Vox Machina, some more dragons, along with other various movies like John Wick, Deadpool, John Wick 2, which was just released, and Top Gun Maverick. So if you're a dude who likes dude movies, I got content for you. And also, if you want to see one episode early, it will also be available on my Patreon. So if you are currently watching this on YouTube, you could go into the future and watch the next episode. That's not how that works, but you could still watch the next episode if you want. If you don't, just wait. I appreciate you either way. Okay, guys, I'll see ya. I forgot to say like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. So like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. And please don't comment that I mispronounce names. I get that so much. I'm bad with ship names. I'm bad with king names, prince names, dragon names, location names. I'm lucky if I can remember my own name. It's Angela. I'm not that far gone. Okay, guys, for serious this time. I'll see ya.